Hello, my name is Isaac Sexton, and this is my speech commemorating a psychologist by the name of Elizabeth Loftus. Now, Elizabeth Loftus is one of the most well-known, well-respected psychologists in the broad field of psychology. She was born and raised in Bel Air, California, and in California she eventually grew up and went to the University of California. While she was there, she began to do many studies and experiments and testing human memory, which is what she has become very well known for. Now, these tests aren't just it's not just the broad term of memory, it's more specifically how easy it is to alter a human's memory. And she wanted to do this so that she could show, for instance, like in court cases, how easily you could alter a witness's memory just by changing a couple words and how you talk to them. She did a study in which she showed a group of people a video, the same video, and all it was a car getting into a crash. And after they watched the video, they had to answer a questionnaire, and she had two separate groups. The two groups were shown the same video, but were given two different questionnaires that had different questions. And the only difference was how the wording was about some of the questions. For instance, they were asked how fast were the cars going when they crashed, and the other group was given something like how fast were the cars going when they hit each other. And this showed that just these slight change of words significantly affected how fast these participants reported the car was going. They also were asked if the windshield of the car was broken, and more people who were asked if the windshield was broken when the car crashed, they were more likely to say that it did break than if they were just asked how fast did it break when the car was hit. So this can be sort of put in place also in comparison to court cases, like I said, because she said that you could talk to a witness who's being questioned, and they could remember something that happened to them completely differently just by how you asked them. Just change one word and it can be completely off. And this was outstanding, and this sort of how she showed this was amazing and sort of really changed the judicial system. And but this also caused her to get some backlash, because one of the main things that she sort of focused on when it comes to how court cases are affected is she also talked about how court cases involving children, like childhood abuse, could be affected, because there could be children who for some reason are remembering that they were abused as a child even though they weren't. And she said that in some of the cases that she looked at, that she didn't believe the kid was actually remembering being hit or abused at all, but they were just remembering the wrong thing. And she got about a lot of backlash from this, from parents and people who were abused, who were saying, why are you saying this? This is wrong, But she still sticks with her beliefs, and that's great. She is an amazing woman, and over her life she has been given many awards and many honors, such as she was given the Distinguished Contribution Award to Psychology in 1995. And then years later, in 2003, the APA, the American Psychology Association, gave her the Distinguished Scientific Award for Applications of Psychology, which is a huge award because the APA is one of the most well-known groups, one of those well-known organizations in the field of psychology, in specifically mainly just the country, but even in the world. And then also in the same year, in 2003, she was elected to the American Academy of Arts and Sciences for her contribution to the science of psychology, which is amazing. Without her, we wouldn't know as much as we do now about memory, because memory is one of the most important aspects to a human's life, because without it, we wouldn't really know anything. And memory is something that everybody always seems to trust, because obviously when you listen to somebody's telling a story, you're going to trust that they're remembering that right. But she completely changed that. She made you think that, oh, they could be thinking of the wrong thing. They could be just completely misremembering this whole story or situation that happened to them. And without her, we would just trust everything we hear, but we shouldn't. And so without her, we have really advanced, and just as a society, as people, and we're just learning so much about the human mind, and it's really thanks to her. So, yeah, okay. Thank you.